Hello everyone, it is Dijo Jones with Yoldazi Films. Let's get right into it. As you can see, we have Shoigaku's head and his body. Now let's get into texturing it, but first we need to connect the head. Here we have PK models, the Yoldazi Film specific type of model. So go to bone constraints. You're going to first make sure it's not object constraints, but you're going to want to it skeleton, also known as Gerka, or 1 LOD skell. Now you're going to want to put it to a spine upper, which you can just type in spine upper, and there, your head is there. Now, if you look around him, it seems pretty neat. But one thing that's important, but what does he look like? For one thing, we need to add a sun. So go to object mode and add a sun. Basically, you're going to put it at 6 or 8, either one works. And then you turn and run. I like to put a yellowish to it, which makes it feel more warm, but not too warm. So you see this, it looks like complete and utter crap. Well, that is because we are using the wrong engine. Currently it's an Eevee, but we want it in Cyclones. Now, that looks better, but it's not much better. You can move around the thing, and now you see it looks like a 2015 video game character, which would actually be really funny. Now, let's start with his head. Go into the bottom, pull that window up, and put it into Shader, the shader editor. Now you're gonna take the shader, copy and paste, and then once you copy and paste it, you are then going to need to, let's copy and paste it first. There we go. There are multiple materials, but the two we are really important with is specular, not alpha, specular and roughness. The specular, you'll have normal maps, which for example, it's right there, NMN. This shows where the light is supposed to be, how it reflects off of everything. Now you see he's glossy, it's good for sweat, but as it gets, we are not wanting him to look sweaty, which means we need to change our roughness texture, in this case, to AF2. As you see down there, there's one areas, go with the other one, right there. And finally, there are skin details, more accurately known as the grid layers. And with the grid layers, you're going to want to put them behind that. Dynamic grid layers default, that PNG. You'll notice even now it looks a little better. Trust me, it looks much, much better when it's all finished. You can also add a bump texture to make it look a little more out there, like it is more pronounced. The pores and the Jesus, I am not in my time today. It's always been interesting though. You have other things, such as his satchel, his belt, his makeshift arm, but you notice his face looks much better than the others. Less glossy, more reasonable. Looks human. But that being said, I think it's important for me to show you a quick thing. You've got that satchel, but you want to add, zoom out, and do your whole thing. Soon, I'll just show you a quick montage of this going on. But, yeah, do your things here, and for lack of a better term, it's honestly kind of fun. Do your things here, and enjoy the montage right now. Alright, now that you have finished your... Sorry, I had a brain fart. Now that you have finished your texturing, in this case, or rather, we have, this isn't a tutorial, this is just showing our process. You are going to want to take it and add a plane. Now, basically, you're going to want to make it as big as possible, because this reflects light. When something reflects light, it goes around, feels more realistic. After all, things in real life reflect light. You're going to want the texture. In this case, we use our default texture, concrete. Go into USB drive, revision zip, and concrete. Where are you? Concrete. Down there. Concrete. So yeah, you're also going to want to increase your render distance to, well, 1 million. We have very beefy computers, and your mini to 1. And then, you're going to want to copy and paste your tile. Rotate it high-wise, and then slide it to the right in this case. Do another. After raising it, you're going to do it right behind everything. And don't forget to turn it. Oh, forgot to reselect the new one. Oh, that's an easy fix. I know I'm making myself look really weird, but I'm usually much better. I've been up for the past 17, 18 hours because baby shower and all that stuff. But here you go. It looks much better, doesn't it? Especially when it comes to the shadowed areas. It seems lifelike, doesn't it? But there's something we're missing. The windows to the soul and the hair surrounding them. So these you don't really need much for. You just need to add in the roughness texture and put into an alpha. You bring it to alpha hashed, and alpha hashed for blend mode as well as the shadow mode. See, the eyelashes make sense now. And you're gonna want to add your roughness texture, not too hard to do, and your specular texture, which, normal. Oh god, it's lagging. Sorry about the lag. That's on me. But yes, you want to put your other roughness texture in there, and now you have that. Now the windows to the souls themselves, you're going to want specular with light refraction. And you're going to want, specifically, for the roughness thing, which really just makes the veins pop out a little more. The veins in the eyes are very important. They supply blood to it. But yes. So that's the eyes done. Now if you look at good old Schweigarka the whole way through, you'll notice he, by far. But here's where the glossiness comes in. Use the same texture twice to make the glossiness, and now we are finished. Alright, Dijo, in the aftermath here, I'm just trying to say, per Evan's suggestion, we are going to show you some test animations, so enjoy. And make sure you don't die.
Your eyes drop, they will get the top of you. Boo, 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 moving up and down again. There's no discharge in the war. We can stick out hunger, thirst, and weariness, but not the chronic sight of them. Boo, 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 moving up and down again. There's no discharge in the war. Chained, told, stand by, day because the company. But night brings long strings of 40,000 million boots boot, 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 moving up and down again. There's no discharge in the war. I have marched 6 weeks in hell and certified it is not fire, devil, dark, or anything but boot, 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 moving up and down again. There's no discharge in the war. Try to think of something different. Oh,